Hi, welcome back to Health with Emma and Daisy. Today we're going to be talking about depression and how much it affects us and all the little details that happen.
We thought that this topic needed its own special episode because it is such a big part of mental health, and it really just makes some of the biggest impact, and it's what people struggle with the most.
That was it. This subject is not funny at all. That is not what we were laughing at.
Depression is not something to joke about.
Please take it seriously. Thoughts of death or suicide could be a factor of your depression, because depression can cause major mood swings and behavior too. It increases your anger and the way your brain thinks most of the time, and that could really affect a person in the head and think about these awful things that people shouldn't think about and go through.
This is something that's very dangerous because it's something mental. It's not really something that you can control firsthand. So relating this to The Catcher in the Rye, Holden is very depressed. He even mentions it, which a lot of people don't mention their depression, but Holden outright tells us that he feels very depressed. He's always talking about how other people make him feel depressed because he has a lot of empathy. So when he looks at someone else and he's upset about it, it makes him more depressed.
In one of the latest chapters, chapter 4 that we have been reading, chapter 14, Holden finally says that for the first time ever, he has thought about suicide, and that could be very dangerous.
Yeah, he talks about how he wanted to jump out the window to clearly commit suicide, and he stops himself because with his empathy, he thinks about how other people would see him like dead on the ground and all the gore, so he stops himself. There wouldn't
be anybody to cover him up.
Yes.
At the end, so he doesn't jump out the window.
Which a lot of people are likely to think about this way when they want to commit suicide. They might almost do it, but they consider the other people in their lives.
Yep. Since we're talking about depression here, I thought I'd throw in the substance and alcohol part of things, because when a person is depressed, they want to feel some type of pain reliever, and usually alcohol and drugs and things like that is what a depressed person goes to. And really, it's not. It could help in the moment, but in the long run, it's never going to help a person with their life or any of their emotions, because drugs you're just going to get addicted to them, and it just creates addicts, depression.
And like you said, it's not going to long-term help someone to turn to substance or alcohol, but even as it shows in the book, Holden is very heavy on smoking cigarettes, especially when he's upset. He talks about how he smoked 2 packs within the couple of days that he was away, and it hasn't helped him at all. He's still been getting into trouble and he still feels depressed, but he just feels the need to smoke cigarettes, and that's what addiction does to you when you're depressed.
Addiction also, it just ruins your lungs, and it just tears apart your body at a young age, and you really don't want that to happen because you have the rest of your life to live. And I just thought I'd say that.
Yeah, Holden as a 16-year-old, he can't run short distances because his drug abuse with cigarettes
is so bad. It's crazy what life does to you.
And so your impaired body on top of your depression just makes everything worse. And that's a big problem in depression because people don't know that it makes it worse. Clearly, Holden doesn't know that either, and it's just something to be careful of when it comes to depression. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our episode about depression.
Thank you so much for listening, and
Stay tuned for next week's episode about mental health.
if you need more, just comment down below.